Alrighty, this is the Resurrected Hobbyist with part 15 of my long play feedback video on pairs. I know it's been a while, it's, holidays and a whole bunch of other stuff coming up, and lost track of everything. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to try and do 18 minutes of playthrough and then 2 minutes of wrap-up, try and keep it right at my 20-minute mark. So let's pick up. I've always thought it was weird that Nayans actually enlist in the World Protection Program. I mean, who comes to invade a planet and then fights on the side of the Resistance? Well, I mean, we established they like a good fight, so... Why do Nayans fight alongside the WPP against other Nayans anyway? For the glory of battle, perhaps? Every clash against our empire has landed Nayans on foreign territories, fighting on their behalves. Huh. Okay, I'm a little surprised KP is not more assertive with her answer there. In a way, it's tradition. Okay, she seems way too cheerful for that. Tradition? What kind of tradition involves murdering people and destroying their planets? History. It's barbaric. It's also history. It's times like these I see how alien she really is. The outfit didn't give that away? I find myself leaning away from her on the bench, unable to suppress the feeling of wanting to be away from her. She barks at me and I try not to flinch. It's nothing. It just seems a little... No words come to mind to express the disgust I feel. Inhumane. As expected, Kitten Pink is dismissive. She laughs away my worries. Well, of course, we're not human. Okay, points for that. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but points all the same. Not inhuman, inhumane. It's pure savagery to play war as a sport and even turn against your own people. Okay, James. I open my mouth to say as much, but decide against it. Hey, he does have a brain. I'm sure she'd just dismiss that too. I check my phone. It's been 40 minutes since I first left the shop, which means I have 5 minutes to get back. It's a 45-minute lunch break. Wow. I'm glad, if I'm honest. I smile awkwardly. I have to go back to work. Sorry, but... Oh, I almost forgot to ask again. Do you have anything like this? I hold out my phone for her to see. I don't really know how Nayans communicate with each other, but I do know that Noya bursting into the shop is probably the worst possible way to go about meeting me. Yeah, it definitely has a few, issues attached to it. Especially in view of the conversation I'd had with Hannah before she left. A communicator or something that can pick up human communicator signals? Either. Of course. Good. There's this thing called a phone number, and it's a way to contact me directly. I want to give you mine so you don't always have to keep bursting into the shop whenever you want to. But I can't keep inferring you'll come visit me based on the destruction I see you cause on the morning news. I take both of her hands in mine. You have to make me a promise. She balks, turning her face away from me haughtily. Nayans don't make blind promises. First, the terms. You have to promise me that for the rest of your time on Earth, you won't fight anyone anymore. Good luck with that. Anyone? Kitten balks at the idea, pulling her hands away from mine. But the hesitation only lasts a few seconds before she glares back up at me with those startlingly electric eyes. I gotta admit, even as a human living on this planet, I wouldn't make that promise. Okay, and I gotta fix my camera. There we go. Fine. I'd expected her to protest more, but, well, I trust her. I give her my phone number, since she has that handy robot thing or whatever. I'm pretty certain she'll have better luck figuring out how to text me than I would. Had to reread that. It didn't come through right on the first run. And how could we go stargazing if I couldn't invite her out for a change? Excuse me. Okay. So, thus far, James has shown he's... my brain keeps giving me the word vain, but that's not the word I'm trying to think of. Self-focused, like, you know, he sees himself as the most important person in the equation. And somewhat manipulative. Actually, more than somewhat. I would probably punch him in the face. So getting to know her better means having more information to work with. Spending more time with her means having more opportunities to do something. Which one would James be more inclined to? I'm gonna go with spend more time with her, because I feel like he's trying to accomplish something. And he thinks he already has enough information to do that. I try to tell myself that I want to go stargazing so that we can get closer. But if I said that, some part of me isn't looking forward to it. It'd be a bold-faced lie. And I prefer to lie to other people, not myself. Yeah. Can we say self-deception? Then why don't you just tell her that you really just want some time with her? After all, lately haven't you been feeling... I don't finish the thought and instead look at her seriously. I have someplace I want to take you, but it's at a specific time. If you call me before then, I'll definitely take you there. Before when? You haven't told her a specific time. Her surprised expression makes her eyes look huge. Yeah, well, surprise tends to do that. Even after I make a beeline for the bakery, I can't get them out of my head. Beautiful, sinister eyes, glowing like lanterns in the sea of her skin. Poetic. I still want to punch him in the face. Night, James. Night, May. I hear my sister's bedroom door shut, then sit down on my bed, stretching. I check my phone again, but as I thought, no news from Noya. Sounds like a bad sitcom title, you know, news from Noya. I thought you'd have figured it out by now. Maybe my phone is silent in my hand. I scan the different news sites. Nothing like current events to put you in the mood, am I right? Nothing new on Q's feed or the QQC. I find myself back on QNN. I check the headlines, updating myself on what's going on in the world. After 3 generations of fighting the Nayans, the cost of the World Protector Program has officially rolled into the quadrillions, says experts. Z-Pop, why Zimbabwean pop music is trending around the world. Renowned artificial activist for a workout ceremony. The natural. I know that was a headline, just the way it was worded was confusing. Like, I wasn't sure if you meant artificial as in an artificial being, like, you know, a hologram, synthetic person, artificial intelligence, something like that, or a artificial in terms of, you know, an artificial enhanced that you mentioned before. I click on the link, a video starts to play. It has been 70 years since the closure of the last artificial plant and the conclusion of the landmark case that sparked discussions about human experimentation across the nation. Oda versus Eastern Wind. What are artificials? According to the latest poll, just like you and me. artificially powered humans say their plight has not changed and the stigma against them, against being descendants of experimentals, has not changed. Ziva May gives this comment in an interview with news program Current of Events. It's an undeniable fact that the actions that went on at so-called artificial farms were unethical and inhumane, but their children and their children's children are innocent in all of this. I believe that allowing genetically modified humans into the World Protection Program is a great step forward, but there are still many problems that have yet to be resolved. It is still legal to call artificials unnaturals. And the WPP's policy of having to disclose whether abilities are natural or artificial is a step in the wrong direction. We will fight it. It makes no sense that the alien creatures from the same species that we're fighting against have more rights and better opportunities than natural-born humans, artificial or not. Okay. Ziva's statements are in response to both pro- and anti-artificial demonstrations that have sparked across the world. Some, especially Day advocates, find them inflammatory. No one knows who will win this battle for artificial rights, but one thing is certain. The outcome will resonate far beyond these borders, these nations, and even the stars beyond. As the rest of the world watches the ongoing battles for the sky, eyes are also turned inward to view the war within. The video ends. Protests, huh? My mind drifts back to Kitten Pink. Been almost 10 days since I've last spoken to her. I almost feel guilty for a moment. Maybe I shouldn't have bartered like that. Maybe it's somehow against her alien nature to not destroy or something. Yes, that is reasonable. We've established that they have a conflict-based culture. They expect to fight, and they expect... Why is my thing not recording? Okay, I just noticed something that I'm going to have to deal with next take. Anyway, but yeah, we've figured out that the Nayans have a conflict, combat, engagement-based culture. They expect to be challenged. They expect to embrace survival of the fittest. So it may very well be taboo to say, I cannot destroy something. Considering how warmongering the Nayans are, I wouldn't put it past her species. I want to go to sleep, but I can't help feeling like I should wait up a little. It's been 10 days, dude. See, this one's really kind of hard to deduce through, because on the one hand, there's no reason not to go to sleep. But on the other hand, this personality type would be prone to just one more minute. Just let me check one more thing, you know. I guess that kind of answers it. I shut my eyes. But what if she calls? And what if I miss it? Your phone has a ringer, dude. I open my eyes again and reach for my phone. It's nothing but a ritual. Open email, nothing. Check text messages, nothing. Refresh email, check text again, still nothing. I put my phone back on the table as soon as I place it down. It vibrates. Go figure. Spam. Yeah, probably penis enlargement. Slamming my phone back harder, and maybe a little more than irritated, I roll over. What's taking her so long? Is it that hard to figure out human technology? Oh boy. Nah, touching that with a 10-foot pole. I pause. Human technology? Now I sound like her. I don't know why I'm so worried, but 10 days is a long time to go without seeing Noya, especially given that she constantly makes her presence known. I can't disagree with that. This isn't right at all. I reach for my phone again, then relent. It's not like I can call her back either. Resigned, I shut my eyes and do my best not to act like it doesn't bother me so much. It takes me an age, but finally I drift to sleep. No. That better not be my phone. I roll over on my bed with a sharp sigh. Who in the world would be calling me at? I look at the clock and grit my teeth to quell my growing rage. I overslept again. I'm calling it now. Oh, I take it back. And it's an unknown number. I silence the phone. That's probably Noya, you dumbass. That sounds like something for... What time do I have to get up again? 4:30? 5? Whatever. I roll over and go back to sleep. Out of the shower, I get dressed in the early morning silence. I have to open the bakery at 6 today. I pick up my phone. There's a missed call and a text message? Oh, I almost forgot about this. I called, but there was no reply. Mel has informed me that human sleep recovery time is over double a Nan's. Strange that you need more sleep than me. I apologize for the misunderstanding. I will not calm you this late any longer, but I still expect my reward. Where are we going? Oh, so many ways that could be taken. I squint. At the end of the message is a little cat emoji. So she's figured out emojis. That's kind of terrifying, actually. I can't help but smile. I knew you could figure it out. I check the time. If I wake May up, she can take the school bus and I'll take my car to work. I know she doesn't like taking the bus, but since I'm on time anyway, it's the perfect excuse to get to the bakery and talk with Kitten Pink about taking her stargazing. May! Silence. May! What? I take a deep breath and yell louder. I need you to take the bus today. Fine. I can't hear her reply very well, but I can hear the annoyance in her tone. Sorry, little sis. I've got plans. I head to my car and make my way to the bakery. It isn't until I finish the morning baking and open the shop that I have a chance to breathe. A wave of guilt washes over me. Gee, James, what do you possibly have to be guilty about? Outside of your existence at this point. So this is what Hannah did by herself every time I was late? I make a mental note to get some kind of thank you present to show my appreciation. You could actually start showing up to work on time. That'd be a nice present. Phew. My mind drifts to the canister of sweets she gave me a few weeks ago. Maybe I should make something for her? I know she likes sweets, but she always complains about the food science on Earth not being advanced enough. To date, I've never even seen her eat anything from the shop. Food science not advanced enough. I imagine her happy expression if I made something, then decorate it with something Nayan style. Or at least Nayan inspired. I don't have much to go off aside from the way she dresses and the Nayan military uniforms I've seen in battle broadcasts. So it's a lot of guesswork, but I like the idea of the challenge. Okay. I'm gonna stick that nugget in the back of my brain for the moment. I want to see where he goes. I want to make her a cupcake she can't refuse. I wonder if Nans can eat chocolate. Sitting down for a moment, I sketch out some cupcake designs. Something like this, with some kind of whipped cream cheese icing in the center. I lose myself in the paper. On the wall, the clock lets out a chime. 9:30 already? I rush to the door and flip the sign. Only I would get here on time and still manage to open the shop late. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here for this part. So, yeah. James is continuing to demonstrate he's a manipulative jerk with a self-centered focus. I really don't know what else I can add to that. Yeah, I've known people like this in real life. I can very firmly feel like I would tolerate him in person. He's definitely not someone I would want to hang out with. He is not someone I would go to for help. So Lord knows there'd be strings attached to it. So, yeah. We will see where this goes next time.